So I just played a good amount of the beta for the new Avengers game, and I gotta say, I'm really disappointed. Disappointed! In case you didn't know, when the game was revealed, a lot of people had their doubts, and so did I, because when the trailer came out, showing the Avengers' pretty weird character designs, there was also another thing that was weird, and that was the fact that they didn't show any gameplay for the whole thing. Almost as if they were hiding it for a good reason. Well, now we know that reason, because this gameplay is not good at all. Hell, I'd even call it bad if I wanted to. Now, the thing with this game is the fact that it's been made to be a live service game, so people can keep coming back to it, and when you play the game, you then start to realize that this is just Anthem with a Marvel skin painted on. Except I surprisingly enjoy the Anthem beta more than this. The thing that I don't like about this game is the fact that the characters don't really feel much different from one another. Everyone has a range attack for some reason, with Hulk pulling a chunk out of the ground and throwing it, and Black Widow shooting her guns, and every character seems to have this whole range thingy on their characters. The combat in this game is also pretty slow and clunky in a lot of areas. The characters take a bit of time to hit the enemies, and everyone feels like they take the same amount of hits to defeat an enemy. I mean, Christ, it takes Hulk 4 hits to defeat a normal enemy. 4 hits. 4 freaking hits. 4! The Hulk should be able to take them down in either, I don't know, 2 hits? Maybe even 1 hit, for God's sake. But no! 4 hits! While I'm at it, the sound for Hulk punching enemies feels like it barely has any impact to it. It's like the developers had to balance every character out for the multiplayer, and now the heroes don't feel any different from each other. I'm going to compare this game's combat to Spider-Man and the Arkham franchise, because why not? The thing with those games were that they were able to make the combat more fluid, and you can see that when you play Spider-Man and Arkham Knight. But with this game, the controls just feel odd. Also, there's a bit in the game where Bruce Banner is walking and the movement makes it look like he's hovering and taking steps to simulate walking at the same time? I don't know, it's very bad if you ask me. Another point that I want to bring up about the game is about how the missions are played out. I'm gonna say right now, these missions are very generic. The missions either range from destroying 4 points that are either generators or massive hinges, or capturing control points so a percentage bar can go up, or maybe both of those that are in the same mission. If anyone remembers the mission design from Destiny when that released in 2014, when you had to take out your ghost and scan something and fight enemies until the ghost was done scanning something, you get my point. It would be really great if the developers had actually showed some variety with their mission design in this beta, because it felt like I was playing the same mission multiple times in my playthrough. And this point is even worse when you find out that most of the maps are reused. At least I think they're reused, I don't know. It doesn't translate to the story content, thank God, but I wouldn't be surprised if they threw some of that generic mission design into the story. Speaking of story, the setup is decent. I'm not gonna lie, it's okay. But the characters, oh boy, I mean, there's not really much to go off. I mean, the game tries to make it look like it's a big deal that Captain America's dead, but I don't know, I don't have much connection with this Captain America, and I really hope the first mission is really long, because, I don't have much connection. Also, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Miss Marvel is annoying. She's pretty much the Avengers fangirl, and I just want her to shut up. Another thing that has been brought up to death, but it makes a lot of sense, is that the character designs, they were whack when they were shown in the trailer, and they're still whack now. It doesn't really matter how many times they refine Black Widow's face or adjust Thor's hair, the character designs for the story are not good at all. The only one that I think is bearable is Captain America's design. I mean, it could be something that Steve could wear in the comics, probably. It doesn't bother me much. I can see why it bothers a lot of people, though. I mean, it looks like he's wearing hockey pads, for God's sake. Also, does the story seriously think they're gonna make me believe that Captain America is dead? Like, I genuinely think there's going to be a point in the story where they find out that Cap is alive and has probably been mind-controlled, because MODOK's in the game, and I'm assuming he's been mind-controlled. I don't know, it seems that predictable. And the Avengers are gonna try and save him. I definitely think that is where the story is gonna go, because there is no way in hell that they are gonna keep Captain America dead for the entirety of the story. The writers do not have the balls. Another thing about the game is the fact that not only is this game going to have a marketplace, but it's also going to have a battle pass. And every character in the game has their own individual battle pass. I'm not joking. They do. Also, the upgrades or the loot pieces that are pretty much from Destiny that you get for your characters are very weird. For instance, Hulk has an upgrade for his spine. Why in the hell does he have an upgrade for his spine? The upgrades that these characters get are pretty much as thoughtless as Anthem's upgrades. Also, you can pretty much just ask one question when it comes to these games. Does my new armor have a higher number than the piece I already am wearing? Then yes, I'll equip it. It's just that simple. Okay, so people are gonna refute my points by saying, oh, it's a beta, Arctic, it'll get fixed in when the game's released, it'll get fixed. Really? You really think that? The game comes out in 2 weeks. Do you really think they're gonna fix all these glaring issues that I've pointed out in 2 weeks? I highly doubt that. I really highly doubt that. Oh yeah, also the frame rate kinda sucks in this. Anyways, that's kinda what I think about the game's beta. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed. The fact that this is an Avengers game, and this is the thing we get. For a name as popular as the Avengers, it is very disappointing that this is the game that we're getting. I had hopes. Believe me, I had hopes, but this ain't it. This game is not it at all. Oh yeah, also, I'm not excited for Spider-Man coming to this game anymore. If the combat and gameplay is just as bad as this, then I'm probably not gonna be excited for Spider-Man coming out. Hey, at least Miles Morales is coming out. That actually looks pretty good. Although I haven't seen any gameplay for that either. Should I be worried? But anyway, I'm gonna give this beta a 5 out of 10? 4 out of 10? I don't know, it's closer to a 5 than closer to a 4 than it is a 5. I don't flipping know. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go back into my cave now. I'm gonna paint some miniatures. I'm gonna edit my other video now. Go away.